Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be sharing my Suhoor recipe ideas. These are going to be great to make ahead. You can freeze them or just keep them in the fridge for a few days. My first Suhoor idea that's super easy that you can make ahead are baked oatmeal muffins. These are really good because they have like whole grains and healthy fats and just keep you full and are really yummy. This is the type of recipe that you can kind of have like a base of ingredients, and then whatever you're feeling, you can kind of switch up the flavors by adding different like additions. So this one is going to be like banana peanut butter, but you could do like apple cinnamon. You could add in chocolate chips with peanut butter. Like you could make this so many different ways. So I'm going to actually link the recipe that I'm following down below because they have a bunch of different options and different ways to make them. But yeah, I'm doing peanut butter banana today, which I just thought sounded really good for breakfast. So I just put 3.5 cups of rolled oats. Now I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking powder, an 1/8 teaspoon of sea salt, 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of flaxseed powder, and 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, 2 eggs. I'm doing 1.5 cups of almond milk, teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 cup of maple syrup. I have 1 ripe banana that I'm gonna mash in. Then I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of creamy peanut butter. The recipe calls for melted coconut oil, so I'm gonna do 4 teaspoons of this, and then I'm gonna stick it in the microwave for a few seconds just to melt it. Now we're gonna mix it all together. Now I'm gonna spray down my pan, scoop my mixture into the muffin tin. This would honestly be so good with chocolate chips, I think, but I just didn't know if I wanted to eat chocolate chips for breakfast, so. But like I said, you can just really make this your own. I'm gonna add some toppings, so I'm just gonna add some sliced banana, and you could add nuts. Maybe I'll grab some like walnuts or something, that'd be good. I just decided to chop up some walnuts to put on top as well. Okay, I'm gonna put these in the oven at 350 Fahrenheit for 20 minutes, and then I'll check on them and see how they are. I just pulled these out of the oven, and I'm just going to transfer them to a cooling rack just so that they stop cooking, but they look so yummy. I feel like these would also be good if you just wanted to like serve them with some yogurt, or even just like drink a glass of almond milk or something with it in the morning, or even good with coffee. I feel like Omar would love that, just with coffee. My walnuts didn't stick very well, so maybe put those on before you put the bananas on top. But otherwise, I'm really excited to try these. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite. Oh, that's nice. It's still really warm from the oven. It's not too sweet, so I feel like this would be perfect for breakfast. Next, I'm gonna be making some breakfast tacos. These are actually like Mexican inspired, but I got to thinking and I was like, we could totally make this into like a Mediterranean like pita as well. And the best thing about it is that you can pre-make these and they're good in the fridge for like 4 days, or you can freeze them. So if you want to like bulk a bunch of breakfast tacos, like little burrito type things, then you can actually heat them up in the microwave or the air fryer in the morning, and that would be super simple. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this together. So I have some scrambled eggs. For the beans, I basically just sauteed some onions and added chili powder, cumin, and garlic salt, so they're really flavorful. I'm gonna add some cheese, and I'm gonna go ahead and add just some fresh spinach. This will kind of wilt down once you like reheat it. I'm gonna actually put some avocado on this now. Omar, are you gonna eat this now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and put avocado now, and you could also do pico, which I actually forgot to get the ingredients for that. If I'm gonna go ahead and reheat these, then I would do the avocado and pico on the side, and then this is all that I would like put in it to put it in the freezer, because it would not be good if we were to reheat it with pico and the avocado in there.
Gotta get some pointers from Chipotle.
I know. Okay, burrito folding skills need some work, but if I was to freeze this or put it in the fridge, I would just wrap it in some foil either way, and then they would be good to go. One way to make these a little bit more like Mediterranean inspired is you could do a pita with scrambled eggs, feta, olives, spinach, tomatoes. Like there's just so many different combinations you could do with wraps like these, and I just think they're really convenient, and I know my husband especially is gonna love these in the morning. Next up, we have Omar and I's famous pancake recipe. We make this every single weekend for Elena, and she loves them so much. These are honestly the best gluten-free pancakes that I have ever had at any restaurant or anything. These are the best. I'm gonna try to give you guys the exact measurements, even though I really don't measure out anything whenever I make them, but I will measure them today and then leave them down below in the description box for you guys. But basically we have Bob's Red Mill gluten-free pancake mix. This is what really makes the texture. This is like the best texture of gluten-free pancakes I've ever had. I honestly thought these would be the perfect Suhoor recipe because you can freeze them, and this is something I probably should do more often because we love these pancakes so much, and it would be so convenient to just pop them out of the freezer, put them in the toaster. You could even make these into waffles if you have a waffle iron instead of pancakes, but we don't have one.
We do have a waffle iron.
We do?
Yeah, we've made waffles before.
Oh, you're right, you're right. We're just gonna go ahead and put these on our griddle. Yeah, so I'll show you guys how I make them. I do 1 cup of the gluten-free pancake mix. I do about 2 tablespoons of flaxseed meal. This is really good with a lot of cinnamon, so I like to do about 2 teaspoons maybe?
Yeah.
2 teaspoons of vanilla, because I like a lot of vanilla too.
And it's like my mom, she doesn't actually measure things.
2 eggs, 2 very ripe bananas. Like you want bananas that are good enough for like banana bread. I'm gonna go ahead and add a cup of almond milk and then see if I need to add more than that.
The almond milk really controls the consistency.
Yeah. I just kept it at a cup, and that's a really good consistency. You want it to be like cake batter kind of. Right now I'm heating up the griddle. You can totally do this in like a skillet, but since we have this, it's just easier because you can make more than 1 or 2, so you can just, it just goes quicker. The key is to make sure that it's hot before you start, because then they just cook faster. I like to spray it with coconut oil. I started making them kind of like mini pancakes because they also kind of just cook a little bit faster. I'll just do the mini ones. It's just so funny because since this has become like our tradition, like every like Saturday or Sunday, Elena knows when we're making pancakes, and she will just sit there in her high chair. She wants the pancakes so bad, and as soon as I give them to her, she just like scarfs them down. She like literally loves them so much. I would highly recommend trying them out if you guys are in need of a good pancake recipe. I like to flip them whenever the outside edges start to cook, like they look like they're a little bit cooked, and then you can see a little bit of bubbling. See, these kind of started to bubble. This one did. I'm gonna go ahead and cook this one. I don't like to like squeeze them down because we used to actually try to like squeeze them down to cook faster, but they're just a lot more fluffy in texture when you just leave them to cook on their own. I made all of my pancakes, and I'm probably going to freeze some of them just because we won't get to all of these this week, but this is going to be so nice to have ahead. Garnish with some blueberries. I'm trying to make this look fancy, but it's not really working out for me. And then maple syrup is a must. Okay, I have to try it. So good. To store these in the freezer, you can just stick them in like Ziploc freezer bags. Heating them from frozen, you could probably stick them in the toaster, or you could do the microwave, but I feel like the toaster would probably be less soggy, if you know what I mean. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, and like this video if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next one.